We had Mockingbird.
I'm Gabby.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Jessica.
I'm Amber.
Okay, so for the first question, we're going to do, did you feel like Caitlin's father handled Devin's death well? Why or why not?
I mean, I don't think he did. Because, I mean, he sat down the whole time. Like, he didn't want to do anything.
Yeah.
And he was somewhat there for Caitlin, but he wasn't just because I think, one, it's kind of hard to be there for someone who doesn't know how.
Who doesn't
helps.
understand exactly?
She doesn't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
But he, he was sad all the time. He cried. She, like, numerous times in the book, she talked about how he cried in the shower.
Yeah, and, like, one of the pages early in the book, she was talking about how he was, like, really sore, and he must have been super sore because he started crying before he even got to the shower.
Yeah.
And it was on page 47. Because, he goes, he's already out of the living room. I'm a little sore. And I don't hear what he says after that, except he must be really sore because I hear him crying even before the shower turns on. Like, normally he apparently like, from what I understood, he hid his crying in the shower, like, over the water so she couldn't hear him. But, like,
she knew.
She knew what was going on,
But I think that question's kind of hard to answer because we're not in his shoes. Like, we don't know how it is to lose a child or, I mean, I'm sure we've all experienced people that we love, but to experience a child and have to take care of another child, I can't really say, well, he handled it well or he didn't handle it well. Like, I mean, I'd probably be a basket case too.
He was definitely in denial. Like, on page 109, she keeps saying, now it's Devin who is dead. And he's just like, he doesn't want to hear it because he doesn't want to accept that Devin is dead.
Right.
Yeah.
But she understands it. She's like, why don't you just say it? I mean, he is dead. But he
And
just,
that's, like, partially on how, like, she doesn't understand emotions and stuff. Like, she's like, okay, this is black and white. He was here, now he's not.
Right.
I don't understand why you can't get this.
No gray areas with her.
but it's
He
not
doesn't.
black and white for him either. So that's where the two collide. And I think their relationship in this book is a little tricky.
It's
because
rough.
of the two, black and white, and then the gray area.
Yeah.
Well, even our health professor said, like, the hardest thing for someone to get over is losing a child.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, we say, like, it's going to be hard, or he's not, grieving appropriately or not handling her, but
I
like
mean,
she said, we're not him.
It's like, it doesn't
Everyone
help
has different-
that they lost their mom, like, 2 years before that, so he's doing this all by himself. He doesn't even have an adult to lean on.
Except the sister, but she doesn't even live there.
I was like, but that's not the same as having a spouse who raised this child with you.
Right.
You guys can, like, mourn together and not get over it faster, but, like, grieve together and, like, have that support system. But it's hard. So our next question is, do you think at the end of the book all the characters reached closure? If not, then how do you think they'll eventually get there?
I think Caitlin did.
Yeah.
I think she did.
I think
she kind of felt that way earlier
I was
on.
going to say, I feel like
but
she reached there a lot sooner than the rest of the characters.
I think, like, every time she mentions, she goes into this room, and then she goes into
Her
hidey hole.
Yes, her little hidey hole.
and he had like Scout.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think starting there, she was
okay.
feeling better about it.
But she wanted to find closure.
Yeah,
she
she still
feel
wanted
bad. She
to.
hates feeling any kind of emotion.
Oh, yeah.
So she wanted to find that thing that helped her.
And she even said at, like, the beginning of the book how her dad locked the room off and was like, nobody can go in there, how she longed to be in there and just be, like, normal, how
On
everything
page
else was.
77, it says my hidey hole, the best place in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like for her, it was little bits of him that
Still
helped
there.
her reach there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For her dad, it was like with bits and pieces of him, it made him feel worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when he finished his
The
Eagle
chest.
Scout
The chest,
then I think that's where he reached it.
It was like, okay, I can, like, go now.
Yeah. But I think that also helped Michael reach it. Like at the end when they had that
Oh,
the
absolutely.
ceremony, I think that,
Oh, yeah. What page was
which
that
is
on?
weird
Do you
because it didn't
remember?
really have anything to do with his mom. But I think since they had closure and they felt okay to everybody else.
I definitely think both of the dads may need a little bit more time. I mean, you can tell that, they're getting close.
Yeah.
But then again, it's the amount of time that they've had during this book, isn't it? You can tell that it's not enough.
It looks like it was on 227 is where they talk about.
Yes,
This beautiful mission-style chest was started by Devin and his Eagle Scout project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, she was wanting to get into his room a long time before she even finally. I think she could have had somewhat of closure earlier in the book
Almost
if she
at
would
the
have went
beginning
in
of the
there.
book, yeah.
Before.
I was like, but her dad wouldn't let her.
Yeah.
Page 228 says, Michael smiles and points at me and says it was her. I don't mind that either because he's happy, and I'm glad that Devin's chest is bringing him closure too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But I just think it's good.
Because that's a part of him that was never finished, and that's sitting there forever. I don't think he ever would have had
Her dad.
closure. Yeah, her dad. I don't think.
Yeah,
he
like he
ever
threw
would
it
have
under the sheet. Like he didn't want to see it. He refused to go by that corner
And then
of
they
the
had to
room.
get
It's almost like
places
he
to
wanted-
fix it too, because the dad threw. It says where he threw it.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
like threw it in anger because he was like, no, this can't be happening. Why is it?
When
Why
the-
is it my son? Why couldn't it
Yeah.
have been someone else?
When their world or life fell apart.
The
that
day
she refused.
their life fell apart.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
I think the dad wanted to pretend like it never happened.
yeah.
He didn't want to talk about it. He didn't want to see anything about it. That's why he shut the door. He
And the
covered
news.
it.
He always
The
wanted
news,
to
he
turn off
turned
the
the
news.
TV off. Like when Caitlin talked about the day I fell apart, he didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, Dad, I want to get closure, and he basically said he didn't.
Yeah.
He did not want to talk about it. He wasn't ready yet.
Yeah.
And she took him to he technically took her to the hardware store to get all the stuff. He's like, no, Caitlin, no.
Yeah.
And all the people in the store were looking at them like, what
But
is
that
going
brings
on?
up the question: if her personality is very direct, if she was not there to help him move on or push him, would he eventually reach a closure? Or probably.
I
think
think
he would.
honestly, I think that if Caitlin wasn't there to push him forward and give him a reason to continue living, he would have just became a hermit and just stayed in that house and just shut
depression
himself
forever.
in and just
And take a lot of
withered away.
showers.
Yeah.
And just cry.
Well, I don't even know if he would take the showers
Yeah.
because he only took the showers to hide the fact that he was
Yeah.
crying for
Yeah.
Caitlin.
Yeah.
And so he probably would just sit there and cry and wallow in not his own pity, but in his own grief.
Yeah.
And just sit there and not do anything, just wither away to nothingness. So what did you guys think about Josh, the bully, in the beginning of the book? On page 31, how he, Caitlin was trying to teach him manners and stuff because he pushed that little autistic boy, William. And he's like, I can't help it that your brother was shot. It's not my fault. It was my cousin that did it. How do you think he ended up feeling towards the end of the book? Because that was something that, was really dramatic.
I feel like he felt better by the end. Because
Yeah.
Michael befriended him. He wasn't alone.
Mm-hmm.
Because everybody judged Josh for his cousin killing
Yeah.
the people at school. But it wasn't him. It was his cousin. He had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
And
It
I think
wasn't
that's
like
why
he
he was so
plotted with
mean.
him.
I think that's why he was
Yeah.
mean, is
I
because
think
of that.
I do
Everybody
too.
was all him, and
He
he
had
was
to
just
put
like,
a wall up.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if everybody's like, you shot so-and-so, no, I didn't. My cousin did. Why
Yeah.
are you blaming me for that?
It's
It's
not like
not
I
his
told him
fault.
to do
And they
it.
could suspect him well, you're going to be the next one then. He had to be kind of like you said, guarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to be.
I would be too, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Because if someone in my family shot another person in school, I would never set back foot in there.
Oh, no, I would be like,
never
"Peace out,
go back."
guys."
Yeah, I would never go back.
No. I don't think I would be able to just mentally for myself or just to see the faces of people whose families had gotten torn apart. It would have killed me inside. Alright. So for our next question, it's in Mockingbird, Caitlin's brother is shot and killed in a school shooting. Do you believe that this is an appropriate topic to talk about in the classroom? Why or why not?
I think so.
Yeah, I do. Because, it happens.
Yeah.
Sadly, it
I mean,
does
what
happen.
Do you
was that
think-
one school that just, not recently, but a couple of years
There
back?
was Sandy Hook in 2013, I think, or something like
Yeah,
that.
Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook Elementary.
Columbine.
And then Columbine is the
Yeah.
biggest one.
Yeah,
that
that was
happened in the
2000s.
90s. Or
Yeah.
late 90s, early
Yeah, something like
2000s
that.
area.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly.
Well, this book was based around one of the school shootings.
Yeah, there
I
was.
think that Virginia Tech was
Yeah.
up there
Yes,
in the
I was
author's
gonna say
note.
in
It talked about
Virginia Tech.
Virginia Tech.
But do you think that it's appropriate to talk about in elementary schools, or like we talked about Columbine, but I was in 8th grade by the time that we talked about it, so I was almost a high schooler.
When I learned about it.
So do you think it's appropriate for elementary schoolers, or should we wait until they get older?
I think they should. I mean, it is a heavy topic, but this happens. Wasn't Sandy Hook an elementary?
Yeah, the Sandy Hook.
I mean, that happened to the elementary. If they're blinded to it, I mean, the whole point. We don't know from this book. I'm sure if you do research about the Virginia Tech, we don't know who the person was who shot up all these or why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
But we can see the effect of it, and we can try to be like, this is why this shouldn't happen.
Okay.
We need to do something to.
When the kids, maybe they're going through like something and somebody is thinking about shooting up a school or something.
Yeah.
This can help them see how it affects other
Yeah.
kids, other families, and then that might, change their mind or something. Sorry.
No, you're good. So would you use this book to teach them, or would you use books like She Said Yes that talks about the Columbine shooting? Or I'm sure there's going to be a book about the Sandy Hook shooting at some point in time. Would you use that in your classroom instead?
I would do something like this because it's not like full-blown facts about the shooting.
Right.
It's not like this many people died.
Yeah.
This is who shot them.
It's not
This is
showing
the
you
tragedy.
Mm-hmm.
It shows you more the tragedy of the families and how the families felt, not really how many people died that day.
Yeah.
How they got in the school, what kind of gun they used. I feel like that'd be more like
I mean,
high
That's
school.
important.
That's important, but
Well, it's important, I think, for the emotion, like for the kids, like you
Yeah.
said, to see the emotion through
this
the family.
connects to your emotions. I was fully hooked on.
Oh, I had to take a break because
yeah.
I was about to
I-
start crying.
I-
I
because of
cried
this
the whole
book.
book.
Yeah.
I cried the entire book.
I think kids really latch onto this and take it to heart. It's not just like you said. It's not just facts. They're not just gonna. When you teach kids about facts, it's great. But when you give them a book that they can relate to and they can digest and get really connected to, they remember it.
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. Like, I read She Said Yes in 8th grade, and it's something that I'm going to hold on to my entire life. And if I end up teaching middle school or even high school, it's a book that I'm definitely going to make my students read because it's something that just grabs you and sucks you in. Because, especially in high school, this was the high school that was shot, and she went from the rebellious teenager who did all this stuff that her parents didn't want her to someone who like got good grades and was going to go to college and all this stuff, and then she died. So it's like something that they can be like, okay, this can't happen to us. We are not indestructible.
Right.
What's the book called?
She Said Yes.
Yeah, I've never heard of that
Oh,
either.
yeah.
I'd like to read that though.
It's I know some libraries have it. I don't know if Caldwell's does or not, but I'm sure Allen does. But it's a really, really good book.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
And then, so I guess as our next question, it would be, how would you use books like Mockingbird to teach students about people with Asperger's? And would you still use the book if one of your students or multiple students had Asperger's in your classroom?
I think that's hard to answer.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
hard.
because I don't really know if that's appropriate to have this book when somebody, you know what I'm saying? But she also spends time with Mrs. Brooke, and I don't know if you'd want to bring it in if the child was out at the time. Like, I don't, just so the
I don't
students
want
can
to
understand.
exclude them.
Right.
I
But
feel
here's
like the
the thing.
best thing would be to have like a permission slip and say, hey, this is the book that I plan on having us read. There are students who this does affect. This is the summary of the book. Please say whether or not you are comfortable with your child reading this book.
Right.
And if they're not, then those children can read a separate book or whatever that still has the same themes of Mockingbird but doesn't deal directly with what it is.
Like she's done here for our I mean, this
Yeah.
is all the same type of books, but it's not actually like our realistic
Yeah.
book. We could have them just a different book.
Exactly.
No.
Like we could have them read like Fish in a Tree or something
Right.
like
Would,
that.
would I teach kids about Asperger's?
Asperger's.
Based on this book, maybe not, just because this is tied to a specific event,
Yeah.
and certain parts of Asperger might be different
Mm-hmm.
and say normal, and I feel like some kids might be like, this is what Asperger's is.
Right.
There's different kinds of
I was
it,
gonna
and
say,
different
from what I understood in
spectrums.
this book, she is like far on the spectrum. There's some
Yeah.
people who have Asperger's and live their lives, and you would never know.
Yeah.
But she's pretty severe,
I
as far as
think-
I understood.
Right.
Giving a kid a book like this, you should say, now, because if they see an Asperger's person, they're automatically going to be like, oh, this is what they think, this is what they're going through, but you need to let them know before you give them this book that not everyone with Asperger's
It's like that.
Exactly.
It's like
Like
this.
Yeah.
It's a
different
sliding scale.
spectrums.
Yeah.
You treat them the same as you would me and you.
Right.
Yeah. Just
I think
because they might act different doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
I think that's good. All right. So our next question is: do you think Mrs. Brooke was a great resource for Caitlin? Why or why not? And then a follow-up is also: do you think all students should have someone like Mrs. Brooke in their life to help them out?
I definitely think she was like a counselor to her.
Yeah, she was a counselor.
Yeah.
And she was a guidance. I mean, she
Mhm.
knew that she needed to make friends.
Yeah.
And she tried really, really hard.
She wanted the
Yes.
best for
She
Caitlin.
wanted
Yes.
the absolute best. Like,
Yeah.
she would take her to a different recess.
Mhm.
She could work her way up to her grade.
Yeah,
You know what
so
I mean?
she could be comfortable.
Yes. She worked her way up. She just threw her in there.
Yeah.
You know, she helped her.
And like she
She was
stayed with
there.
her for
Yes.
a while and be like, okay, you can walk with me with the big kids recess, so that way you're comfortable. You
Yeah.
have an adult with you in case.
But she
Something
also let
happens.
her go to the.
I was like, but
Okay.
then with the little kids, you can like be free range and make
Yeah.
friends and
Right.
have fun because you're bigger than them, so they won't hurt you if they run into you.
But
Like
also,
it's okay.
she's on the same level as them.
Yeah.
Most of them. Although she's same level as the bigger kids, she can.
relate.
Yeah, and
She's emotionally more.
I don't know if y'all catch on, but when she was talking to the other boys, she's like, I can burp my ABCs.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
she's
yeah.
very. That's something that not everyone is gonna be like, oh.
Is
cool.
not everyone would
Especially
be
like
proud
when
of
she's
that.
she's 11. Her people her age would be
Like,
oh,
that's-
maybe that's not so much. I
like,
mean, first
that's
graders would think
stupid,
that's
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
And they did. They thought it was
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh yeah, they thought it was
so cool.
amazing. I mean, personally, if I was the first grade, I'd be like, "Hey, man, you're so cool. Like, let's be friends."
But I do think it's important for everybody to have somebody like a Mrs. Brooke in their life, just because
Oh, I
mean
agree.
she cheered her own, like wanted her to.
Yes, to
get
succeed.
better.
Someone
And
that they can
everybody,
talk to
every
and stuff,
child needs
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I agree. I think every kid needs someone who is always there for them and who doesn't just leave them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope
Especially
I
in
can
the
be a Mrs. Brooke to
tough time.
someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like Jessica said, like everybody needs someone to be their support system, to be there for them whenever they're having like rough times.
Yeah, definitely.
But okay. So our next question is: when you have someone like Caitlin in your classroom, how will you handle their differences when teaching or using group projects? Like how she hated being in
She
groups,
didn't
and like
like to be. Yeah.
she even flat out refused the teacher the first time that she wanted to be in a
Yeah.
group project.
I really like they had the moods poster. I really like that.
Oh yeah.
I think that would be really great for. I mean, I don't know, 'cause hers is a little different. Because like
But I
we just
feel-
said, they're different. Did you say about if someone was just like Caitlin?
Yeah, if one of your students are like Caitlin, so just kind of having Asperger's in general. I mean, I think that the emotion poster would be a good thing to have in the classroom regardless of whether your student has
Yeah.
Asperger's or
I
not.
was like, because autistic students,
Yeah.
they are
Yeah.
very, very bad with
I was like,
emotions
autistic.
too. I mean, it's not just.
No. So autistic students can't tell, and then even just some normal students who don't experience, like in our book, I Love Yous Are for White People, this kid doesn't hear I love you from his family. Like his father is awful, and like if one of our students is in that situation, they might not know what someone happy looks like, or that being sad all the time isn't normal.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, here's the thing. I think we should teach, if we have a student, or if we don't, we should teach them what each thing is. Because before I read this and all the research, I thought autistic and Asperger's was the same.
No,
So I had never,
Right.
yeah.
I'd
But you
never
didn't
had
know.
someone.
Yeah.
I never thought about it. I just knew about bipolar depression. What else did I know? I knew about autistic, and that was it.
Mhm.
And then this book really opened my mind to Asperger's.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, and
And I found that sad, but
I mean, but there's more.
school doesn't teach you about it.
I was like, there's that, but there's also more media outlets that are like opening up to it. Like
Mm-hmm.
Parenthood, there's a character that has Asperger's, and like he's one of the main characters. He's in all of the seasons, and like it shows him growing and progressing through life dealing with Asperger's. So I think that if more media outlets and more books like this destigmatized mental disorders and just mental illnesses, then we wouldn't have to worry about, is this appropriate to talk about in the classroom?
Yeah.
Yeah. it should be appropriate.
Yeah, I was like, it shouldn't be
It should be
inappropriate.
hidden.
I was gonna say
Yes.
because it's stuff that millions of people deal with.
Right.
So here's the thing: if we keep things hidden, then that will make the people who have different disorders feel kind of like out of the big group.
Which they already feel. I think they already feel that
I was
way.
like, they
in some
already
ways.
feel excluded to begin with because they're not that normal
Yeah.
cookie cutter form that everybody else seems
Yeah.
to be. Okay, so next, do you think that this book would be a great resource to use in the classroom because it shows students how individuals with Asperger think and feel? Why or why not?
I mean, I think it would be a good resource, but like we said earlier, not all people that have Asperger's
Fit this mold.
fit like that. But if it's someone like Caitlin, like I think it would be good because like say you had it and you think so differently than what I do, and I'd be like, what is she thinking? Like, why is she's very literal.
She's
You know, if you say it's raining cats and dogs, she's looking for the cats and dogs.
I was gonna say people with Asperger's, unless they are very, very low on the scale, do not understand metaphors. They don't understand
very
like
literal.
phrases. If you say that, oh, I'm hungry enough to eat a horse, they'll be like, oh, okay,
Where's the
like
horse?
let's go get a horse.
Yeah.
Well, it says on 156 when she talks about the quarter cut oak, and she literally goes and tries to cut the oak with the quarter. That broke my heart.
I
Like,
know.
I mean, that's
She had
just
scratches and everything.
all on her hands. Yeah.
And Miss Brooke about had a heart attack when she saw it. She
Yeah.
said, "What is wrong with you? What happened to your hands?" She said, "Well, I was trying to cut oak with a quarter."
Yeah, she goes and she's like on 157. She goes, I have 46 quarters in my state quarter map now because Virginia is coming out to cut the oak tree. It was just like,
And things like this, I think it'd be great for us as teachers to use this book in ways like this. Like you said, what was it called? Cut
Quarter cut.
quarter cut.
Quarter cut oak.
oak.
There you go.
I think it'd be great for students to read this and then to pick out things like that.
Yeah.
That
They
way
would
they can understand it, but they also don't judge people with those because this would be the same age group because she was in 5th grade.
Yeah, she was in
Yeah.
She's in
grade.
5th grade.
Well, I think this is a great resource for us as future teachers. I mean, not necessarily that we don't learn about it, but this kind of takes us to the inside of her head, like how
Yeah.
people are. Because I didn't like you. I didn't really have an idea. I mean, I knew there was a difference, but that's just because of my past job, anyways. But I didn't know how detailed, like with going, like just like we've talked about, going to cut a tree with a quarter, because that's what she thought. She took it that way.
Yeah. I also think that this would be good to teach even just like children who do not have a mental illness or mental disorder different phrases and stuff, because sometimes even like when I grew up, my dad would be like, oh, it's raining cats and dogs, and it took me forever to be like, oh, okay, this just means that it's heavy rain.
Right.
Like this would be good to teach kids, okay, this is a metaphor, this is just a phrase or whatever, so it would be good for both groups.
Absolutely.
And then our last question is, if one of your students are like Caitlin and can't tell what emotion you are using, what would you do as a teacher to help them?
I think this would be cool to have, what is it called? It's like a clear. Have y'all ever been in school and you had like a little dry eraser marker,
Yeah.
and then you've been able to wipe it, but it's clear. Like say you work on a math problem, you should be able to be like, have them be able to draw what they think and then match up to your faces. Am I happy or if I'm mad? Then they can see it, connect to
That's
your
really
face.
cool. Yeah.
Connect to your face. Because if they just see it on a board, they don't see your face.
So it'd be
Right,
like write the word mad on the clear sheet and then make a mad face?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or we could even like the chart thing, like the different emotions. We could actually have like an actual human
Human making that
Making that
face.
face.
Yeah.
because a smiley face.
When are you
I
going to
know,
see
like
that?
She
Yeah.
mentioned in the book, she was like, happy faces can look different.
Yeah.
Sad faces can look different. So I think it'd be great to actually use a face instead
Well,
of
and
just have like a smiley face.
And
with
their
The
eyes.
I know she
eyes.
noticed their eyes a lot too, especially when she was drawing that guy,
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Walters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what he said. He said the eyes, you can tell anything
Right.
eyes.
Yeah.
And she was even talking about, well, you look happy, but your eyes look sad.
Yep.
Mhm.
And he said, well, I'm happy that you're here, but I'm sad what your family is going
Yeah.
through.
Yeah.
And then she left out his eyes
Yeah.
in the drawing.
I would say because, like, I know this wasn't mentioned in the book, but like a bunch of people are like, your eyes are your windows to your soul,
Yeah, I
and
believe
so
that.
like, you can't mask your emotions in your eyes. Like, you can say, "Oh, I'm fine all you want," but if you look so upset or you're just angry, you can tell from your face and from your eyes. And so, definitely having that in the classroom would be helpful. Or even doing kind of like the chart that she had at home
Yeah.
with the sticker system. Like,
Yeah.
if the class positively identifies each emotion, they get a sticker, and at the end of the row or whatever, they get a pizza party or
She
whatever
took
it
so
is.
much pride in
She
that.
did.
She
She loved getting stickers.
She
She
loved
bought
it.
Michael
And brought her
everything.
sticker,
Yeah.
brought
I was
him
gonna say she
stickers.
shared
Yeah.
Michael stickers with what she had from home. And she was like, "Oh, you used your manners, like you get a sticker." And he's
Yeah.
like, "My dad doesn't have any stickers." "Oh, that's okay. Like
I'll
I
bring
have
you
extra.
some."
I'll bring you some."
Yeah.
Well, she would even say, "You learn my manners."
Yeah.
Not your man. Yeah.
And she was
it
like,
took her
And then she
forever to
realized-
Like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not learning somebody else's manners. I'm learning my manners, and my manners are everybody's manners."
Right.
So that made it so much easier for her to understand.
Yeah.
And see, that's why I think this book is so important. I think for like letting children read,
Oh yeah, definitely.
because she was so literally
Oh,
not
yeah.
literate, but she was just so like
Literal,
straightforward.
like,
yeah,
yeah.
literal. Like she was just like that. You learned your manners.
Yeah.
She thought she was learning yours, not
Yeah.
her own.
Yeah.
It was a big step for her when she
Mhm.
figured out, oh, these are my manners too.
Yeah.
I think that
And
goes
she
back
got
with.
so happy about it. Too.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
yeah.
was so excited.
I think it goes back to like with different cultures too, because one thing may mean something to one culture, and then you look at a
Oh,
different expression and
definitely,
it can mean
yeah.
something. So I think that chart could also show, well, this is how we see it. This is
Yeah.
how and
Yeah,
they can-
definitely. That would
Yeah,
be
absolutely.
very helpful.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Bye.